Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to HABIB-Karim AI show. My name is Zaid Al Sagaf, known as Habib AI Sekarang, and together with my co-host, one and only Prof Karim, mashallah. So today we're going to, I think Prof Karim, maybe you can take over from now, but let me just introduce Prof Karim. Prof Karim, you just put the screen. Basically, Prof Karim is a professor in food. He's actually one of the top, most researched in terms of his research. Unbelievable. He's like top 1% in the world, especially in food and so on. He is a retired academic, lifelong learning advocate, and food tech wanderer with a lot of questions and not enough patience for empty buzzwords. But what I really like about him is in his name, Karim, because he represents everything about Karim. He loves sharing knowledge. He's very patient, and he's always willing to work with others and help others to do things, not necessarily for money, and also for akhirah, not just dunya, mashallah. And with that, I would like to pass to Prof. Karim, and maybe he can share something about me and about the aspirations of this new HABIB-Karim AI show.
Thank you very much, Bro Zaid. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first HABIB-Karim HABIB-Karim AI show. We are actually very excited. We are very delighted. We are quite nervous as well because we are not sure how this first session will turn out. But we hope everything will be smooth. So thank you, Zaid, for the kind introduction. So let me introduce my dear brother here, Zaid Ali Al-Sagaf. He is also known as Captain Zaid Ali Al-Sagaf. I don't know whether you are still using that, Captain.
I'm okay, Captain Zed. But in terms of AI, I'm Habib AI. But in terms of, if you want to call me Captain Zed, I'm fine with that also.
Now you prefer to call, use Habib, right? Habib AI.
Not Habib, actually. AI, yeah.
Yeah.
Both can.
You can explain what Habib means here. Well, anyway, Zaid is actually now is AI learning innovation specialist. I've known Zaid for a long time. I think more than 15 years. 15 years. I think that's quite a long time. And basically, what brought us together is actually online e-learning. At that time, we call it e-learning. Then we talk about online learning and online education. And we're at the peak of massive open online courses, or MOOC. I think that was really, we had a good time together with Prof. Mushtaq and others at ARCAP. So now we are reviving our good time in a new form, right?
Yep,
so maybe you can say more about how do we, come to this stage now, introducing this program, HABIB-Karim AI show. What do you have in mind? How do you get this idea?
Maybe you can take away my profile. Take away the profile so we can see us talking instead of just saying, okay, mashallah. I think we met up a few weeks back, or one and a half month back. You said you wanted me to share some big ideas. And actually, the idea of podcasting I had for more than 30 years, going back to my study days. I was thinking about more podcasting in sports, not in AI. But alhamdulillah, we're here today, and I think the idea here is there are many ways to share knowledge. There are many ways to motivate people to use different technologies. But I think this is a different form. We wanted to make it more informal. We wanted to reach out to more. And alhamdulillah, inshallah, moving forward, we can also have not just online shows, live shows combined with online. Be very creative about it. And the thing is, when we want to attract people to use new technology, we have to be inspiring, and we have to engage, and we have to find ways to connect that is not so structured. I think sometimes it's too structured, we lose the momentum. So I think when we start, inshallah, if this becomes very powerful and we start going road shows and so on, then we can really engage the people. And because there are two things, artificial intelligence is very complicated, because it can be you can use it for very bad things, and you can use it for very good things. And for me, my passion is not to use it for very bad things, to use it for good things. And that's what attracted me back to it, is was kind of I can see maybe a sign from Allah that I found so much amazing things for me to learn about religion using AI. And that inspired me doing da'wah. And that was one of the core things that drove me back to technology, because I was away from technology for a few years. So I think that's a bit of disruptive way of telling. Maybe you can be a more structured way and tell the aspirations of this idea about our HABIB-Karim AI show.
Yeah. I will do that shortly. But then I think we just want to make it clear to our audience, because this is the first series of hopefully many more series to come. We talked about this a few months ago. The aspiration, our dream to do this podcast or webinar, because we feel that there are many people out there that want to learn about AI, and they want to learn how to use AI more effectively in their daily life, daily work. So we want to bring them this skills and knowledge in AI, because AI is no longer an option, right? Everyone has to learn AI and learn the skill, learn the tools, and apply that and use that for personal and professional productivity as well. So, okay, Zaid, I have actually prepared one questions for our audience. I hope everyone can see in the chat, in the YouTube chat box. I've given the link to Mentimeter. So let me share the screen. Share screen. Okay. Okay, Zaid, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. So the audience, if you can share 3 ways or 3 keywords, how you use AI in your daily tasks. So we want to know how you use AI in your work, in your personal life, in your daily tasks, basically. 3 keywords, 3 things, how you use AI.
But how do we access the link again?
The link is given in the chat, or you can also go to menti.com and use the code 74029119. Okay, let's see. Hopefully our participants can participate. How you use AI in your daily tasks.
I think this one, you have to probably get them early on. Let me just see. What's the password? Okay, what's the password again?
Menti.com, and just you go to menti.com and just.
I'm here already. The number?
Yeah. 7402.
Okay. 7402.
9119.
9119.
I'll put the link again in the chat, in the YouTube. Yeah, you can also click the link. Okay, we get the first one, creativity. So I hope everyone watching can participate. Just share 3 words or 3 ways, 3 things, how you use AI every day in your daily tasks. Yeah, can see something coming out. Searching trends, learning, creativity, info, brainstorm. Yeah, I personally use AI a lot for brainstorming, information, learning, studying, refine text, something that I do almost every day also. Strategic planning, great. Authoring post.
Now it's coming to life, mashallah.
Yeah.
I participate also. Yeah, I used to use all these software. I forgot, but yeah, I used to use. What was the one we used to use? Poll Everywhere. That was the first one that came.
Yeah,
was very popular.
Yeah, last time we used Poll Everywhere. This one, Mentimeter. I think a lot of people already know how to use Mentimeter. A lot of educators, teachers are using Mentimeter. This one is a free account.
So how many respondents can you have on the free account? Huh?
I think the free account now they limit to 50. I think.
Oh, 50. Okay.
Last
so
time,
50 responses. What? 50 responses. That's it.
Yeah, 50 responses. I think.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see, Zaid. Talk to myself. Ideas, essays,
Spouse.
speech, proper management, translation, writing. Yeah, writing is probably one of
I
the
think
most common.
brainstorming is one of the really power. If you really know how to use it for brainstorming, critical or creative thinking tools, and you just infuse them into the chatbots, the AI chatbots. Wow, you can get amazing kind of
picture enhancement. Kids problem. Surprisingly, kids problem. Teaching plan. Teaching plan. I think this is also very common.
Nobody said assignment here. Write my thesis. Nobody said thesis. Yeah, write my thesis. Correct my students' assignment.
So we get some idea. We get some ideas here, right? Okay.
Yeah,
so continue to share with us 3 ways how you use AI in your daily tasks.
We can look back at it later, so we can revisit this.
We can revisit this. But actually, it is also important for us, right? Because moving forward, we want to, in our program, we want to do something that have direct or immediate application to our listeners, to our audience. So
applied AI basically.
Yes.
You can apply
hopefully if we can request them also to share in the chat, in YouTube chat, any requests or anything you want us to do in the next session. So we will try to do it for you. Yeah.
I think also this tool itself, menti.com, is something that we can share around. I mean, since it's still free, is menti.com is the best in terms of collecting this kind of information, or is it the other tools that are still better, like Poll Every or something?
There are a few, so like Slido, another one. Slido is also good.
In terms of free, I took the free version.
Yeah, the free version. Slido is also available for free, but I like Mentimeter for some reason because I've been using it for a long time, so I feel comfortable using it. All right, so thank you for, everyone. I hope you all can still send your response here. We can revisit this later on, Zaid?
Yeah, I can. No problem.
Okay, let us continue. So this is a short module that I prepared for our audience, right? Then I will share the link for you to access, for the participant to access towards the end. Now, once again, for those who just joined in, let us welcome them once again, Zaida.
I was just wondering, there's some running text on the right side. Is that your screen or what? There you can see some. You can see like the YouTube chat there on your screen itself.
Yeah. Maybe I can switch this off. Let me just switch this off first.
No, it's happening on your screen. It's not there. It's on your screen. I don't know. Maybe, there, like that. Okay, it's better.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Right. Meanwhile, you can also check the chat side. Yeah. Any chat that. Yeah. You can also put it on screen if you like. Now, I prepared this module and I will share the link towards the end for the participants to access this one. Let us talk about what do we hope to achieve in this program here, right? Yeah. Our aspiration. So basically, this program is for everyone, especially for lifelong learners who want to empower themselves. So this is all about empowering learning and creativity with AI. So our primary goal is to help lifelong learners to harness, that's a keyword, right? Harness and leverage generative AI to enhance their learning, boost their creative output, and the bottom line is what? To improve productivity.
No, the bottom line is to get closer to Allah.
That's the ultimate, of course. That's the ultimate. Yeah, I, I always tell
No, I
people
know.
that no,
Since
no, no,
I'm
okay. That's the
for us.
ultimate.
That's for Muslims. Okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I always tell people that every day we should count our blessing and should count our productivity.
Mashallah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Basically, I think technology and AI is here for us to, we have to embrace technology. There's no two ways about it. We have to um, utilize and we have to learn to master the AI. It's no longer an option. Zai, do you agree or
Yeah,
not?
totally. I mean,
Totally
there
agree.
is an option for the very old people that have decided just that doesn't. But I think for the older people, there is an option. I believe so. But for the younger people, the ones that want to work, if you don't use AI, your options become very limited. I mean, there are
Yeah.
options but it's very limited if you want to be very successful, if you want to make a good living and so on. Without AI, that's going to be increasingly more difficult. So
Yeah.
my advice always to you don't need to like it. It's not about liking AI or not, but don't think
No.
it will disappear. It's just like the internet. It's just like the social media. It's just like the computer. It's basically it's like electricity. It's basically here to stay, and you better find ways to use it in the best way possible in your life and in work and in your education.
It becomes a necessity now.
Yeah,
Just like having a car is a necessity. So, of course, as you said, you don't have to like it. You don't have to, I mean, it doesn't mean that you cannot live without it. But then if you if you work, if you work and if you know how to use AI, it will really make your life much easy and it can facilitate and make you very more efficient, more productive. So that's the bottom line, as I said. Okay,
yeah,
that's basically our inspiration. We want to share, um, in our program, some tips, some tricks, some skill, tools, and also how we apply AI in various ways in our life, in industry, and so on. So Zaid will share that part. So let me share with you. These are the 5 segments that we have planned. I will do half of it, and Zaid will do half of it. So we will start our segment with sharing tips and tricks. So meaning that every week, not every week, I mean every session, we will share some tips on using, for example, chatbot, ChatGPT, Gemini, some tips how to create images, how to create videos, and many other things. And we we will share something that really useful, that we thought is useful and practical, and you can use immediately, whether in your work or in your daily tasks. So that's the first part. The second part is about we from my observations, right? When I conduct trainings, a lot of people are using ChatGPT, Gemini, and other chatbot and other AI tools. But then I realized many of them are only using about 10% of what the AI tools can do.
yep.
So we hope in this segment, level up your prompt, we will explore the ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and so on, and all the nitty gritty of the features we will explore, and something that hopefully will the audience will find it useful.
Yeah, I
And
think
then,
basic.
yeah,
Yeah, I just to clarify, because some people are not confused with the word prompt. Basically, it's basically the language of AI. It's the
mm,
ability to communicate with AI. That's what we're going to help you master, and that's something you have to practice. It's not something you just get like that. Of course, you can copy prompts here and there, but to really get the best out of it, you have to learn the language of AI, which is basically prompting.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just like we learn any language, we should learn the grammar, the, all those things, right?
yeah.
How to do it in the right way to get the best output or the best results. Um, and Zaid will do AI in action. Basically, what do you plan to talk about in AI in action, Zaid?
So basically there I will inshallah choose one particular area in AI and share many innovations happening in that various areas. So this week, today, if you're patient, I will share some of the most amazing things that they're doing with drones, AI drones. So that'll be today's. Next week or next session, because we don't know, probably in 2 weeks' time, we will talk about robots, inshallah, go into deep into robots. But today we're going to focus on drones and application of AI in drones and so on.
Well, why is it important for people to know application of AI?
Why it's important to know? If you want to get things like, for example, I just given you one example. Say that you want to just say that you have a drone, right? If you know how to do programming and coding and so on, and you can program, and for example, you can actually program a drone to select the right apple in a tree, plucking an apple from the tree. And that's just one example of, by knowing AI and knowing about drones and combining those two amazing tools, you can actually do amazing things, just like simple things like plucking the right apple. So this is just one example of you can use AI in amazing ways.
Yeah, to me, this is important because all this while, we use AI for our own use, which is perhaps might be quite limited. But we want people to realize that actually AI is such a powerful technology that can be used for many other things in many areas. So especially in industry, like, we have manufacturing, like drone.
Why are you doing that? Maybe you can just show that image. I remember I upload that image on usage of artificial intelligence. Just a quick look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, right? Maybe you can start talking about. Let me find.
No, just do that first. That image is very nice. Where is that image? Oh, here I have it here. Can I do it? Is this one? This one.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the usage of artificial intelligence is basically everywhere. It's not just here. Even when you use YouTube, when it recommends you a video, it's application of AI. They have it in transport, they have in education, they have in hospitality, entertainment, mobile, sports, aerospace. When you think about a plane that's landing and is doing the the autopilot, you talk about smart homes, cybersecurity, insurance, everywhere. Actually, AI is everywhere today, and the idea that you can just ignore it is not a good idea. Okay, but this visual, if you like this visual, I can share it later, and we can share it later, no problem. But this is it's quite old visual, but I really like this infographic because it really opens your mind to, my God, AI is basically everywhere. So the question is not basically everywhere.
Everywhere, ubiquitous. That's the word. Yeah, Zai, why not you? Talk about some background history of AI very briefly, because I think it's important for us to appreciate.
Yeah, okay. I think
where we are now.
When I was I did a presentation on agentic AI a few months back. So I actually wanted to look back and how maybe some Islamic scholars contributed. Can you go to that one I just had? That one. Yeah. So this is just some of the contributions, knowingly or unknowingly, they have actually contributed to the area of AI. I'm not going to go through all, but just for example, I don't know how to pronounce it. Khwarizmi. Khwarizmi invented the concept of algorithms. And without algorithms, where would AI be today, right? And then you have people like Ibn Khaldun, pattern recognition, right? And then you have Al-Ghazali, Ibn Sina, self-awareness. So the Al-Farabi, rational agency. So these are just some examples. I'm not saying they knew they're developing AI, but their contributions, and also from all this Greek history and all these histories, they all play part in contributing to AI and what we know as AI today. So don't think that Islamic scholars didn't contribute. They did contribute without knowing it, but these things that they contributed had an impact on AI today. So maybe we can go to that next image. You want? Yeah. So I'm not going to go through this, but what is important, some of the key moments that I find very interesting is, first, the term AI is from, let me just get the better picture because you can't make that. The term actually is from John McCarthy. It was actually way back in 1955, okay? And that was, to him, he described the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. That was the concept of AI in 1955. And now moving forward, to me, one of the biggest areas that really shocked me was in 1997, where the Deep Blue beat the IBM Deep Blue beat the world champion in chess, Gary Kasparov. That's when actually AI became better than chess players already in 1997, and that's like what, 28 years ago.
Watson,
Yeah, that's the
IBM.
one. Yeah, in 2011, they beat us in Jeopardy. But the real one is actually the one that's very interesting. Is in 2017, AlphaGo. AlphaGo beat the world championship champion in Go, Kiji. And why is that important? Is because that is basically there were hundreds of millions. I read about this, hundreds of millions of Chinese or people in China watching this game. And when this AlphaGo actually won, it was a wake-up call for China to say, this is what we're going to focus on. AI is going to be the next big thing. And they put in billions and billions of dollars. And you can see today, China is going to be, it's probably already the leader, but it's definitely going to be the leader in future. I think like 50% of all AI scientists today are from China. And they knew already in 2007 when they saw AlphaGo beat this world champion, they said, this is the future. We have to invest in this like nobody's business. And that's what they have done. And you can see the output, what's happening in China now in terms of AI. So that's why these are just some of the key moments in AI that we should talk about. And you want to share about ChatGPT and some of the later, but these are some key moments that are very important for the history of AI.
So this what lead to what we have now, which is generative AI, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So meaning that AI is not actually new. It's not new. So I remember when I was in the first year in my degree program, I have many friends from computer science. I remember at that time they already mentioned about artificial intelligence, but of course it doesn't make much sense to me at that time. So it's interesting the evolution of this technology from 1950s until now. So let me share the screen once again. Can you see the screen? My screen?
No, I don't. No, I cannot see. Now I can see. I think I have to undo. Okay, now I can see. Now I can see. Yes.
Okay. So basically, there's some history of artificial intelligence or AI. Actually, we talk about AI in action just now, and we jump into that part. But anyway, another segment we're going to share about Islamic apps, and then hopefully we have time for live Q&A. Now, let me take from where you just now left off, the history of AI from the 1950s until now. Basically, we have now the era of generative AI, where AI is now accessible to the layman, to people like everyone basically. So this is what generative AI now is here. So if you recall, this actually the date, the so-called what is the timeline. ChatGPT was introduced in November 2022, and I remember this date very clearly because I retired in October 2022, and then 1 month after that, ChatGPT was introduced. Okay, so that's why I remember this date very much. But one month after that, in December 2022, ChatGPT has 1 million users. Can you imagine? There's no other applications or software that jump in 1 month into 1 million users. So you can see that's how powerful is this tool, ChatGPT, the LLM, when it gets into the layman hand, and they realize how powerful ChatGPT and how it can help them, in their daily life. In December 2023, 1 year after that, from 1 million, we have 100 million weekly users.
Wow.
And another year, December 2024, 350 million. So that's about 300%, almost 400% increase. And then up to July 2025, we have 700 million weekly users. Zaid.
MashaAllah. Yeah, wow.
Do you know what was the world population now, Zaid?
About above 8 billion. So it's
Yeah, about 8 billion. So meaning that about 10%.
Yeah.
10% of the population now, including us, including the audience here, I believe, are using, in this case, ChatGPT.
But that's ChatGPT. Yeah. But what about if you add up all the other tools? We're talking about more than 1 billion users, I suppose.
This one we just focus on ChatGPT, but AI in general. But I think mostly people are using ChatGPT, Gemini almost every day, and of course the image generators and so on. But when it comes to ChatGPT, in this case, 10% of the world population are using chatbot or ChatGPT, and amazingly, they are sending 2.5 billion messages daily. How about that? So, what actually 700 million people actually doing with AI? And this is a very interesting statistic here. Nearly 80% of all usage fall into three broad categories. People are using to get practical guidance, for writing, and for seeking information. So I wonder whether people are using ChatGPT or chatbot like Gemini and others like they are using Google. So this something that we need to find out. So by June 2025, so this is another interesting piece of statistic here. Actually, more people are using ChatGPT for non-work related things.
Is this when you say work, is that including students or it's not including students?
I'm not sure. Maybe I think it probably include students as well. Meaning that anything work here, meaning that they use ChatGPT to get something done, get some work done. So I think that probably include everyone lah, including students. But the non-work, probably just to find information for personal interest and so on, 73%. So this is something interesting for us to think about, and so basically we can divide how people use ChatGPT and other AI, other chatbot, basically seeking information or advice to be better informed. For example, maybe they prompt something like this: what's the difference between correlation and causation? So that's seeking information, just like when we use Google. Okay. And the other one is requesting AI to perform a task. So this is what the meaning of using AI for work, using ChatGPT or other chatbot for.
But I just want to highlight here, which is very interesting, is that when you go to Google today, they have integrated Gemini in that. So when you ask Google, automatically, so they're very smart, because that will empower Google to be more productive. I mean, people will use Google more, and it will enable Gemini to get much more information to become a smarter AI system. So that's a good thing about Google. Yeah.
In fact, that's the first thing that I'm going to show.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. So basically, basically the point that we want to say here is this: AI is here to stay. AI is here for us to embrace. AI is here for us to harness and leverage. So the way we use AI now is totally different from the way we use, let's say, search engine like Google. So it has meaning that even though we use AI or ChatGPT, for example, to search something, it is in different way. So there is something that I want to demonstrate. But in other words, they are now, to me, if you ask me, how do you use AI for? The first thing is I use AI for learning. What about you?
You're talking about me. I mean, everything what I do can link back to learning, but I like using AI, asking questions that I could never ask before, that I will not find the answers for before. For example, comparing things that if you want to find a paper, for example, comparing the elephant brain to a mosquito brain, those kind of things you can do with AI, which will be very difficult before, unless people have done it before. So this some
It has to be, doing something that's very different. That's something that we cannot
And that's what I
accomplish.
want to highlight. People say when you use AI, you stop thinking. For me, it's absolutely the opposite, because it allows me to spend less time searching and more time thinking. And that's what one of the things I love about AI is I can keep on asking deeper and deeper questions and don't have to spend so much time on it. And of course, AI does mistakes. Of course, AI hallucinates and all that. But at the same time, that's where critical thinking comes in, which becomes very important. But it allows me to think all the time, which I really love. I just love it, because I used to sometimes remember last time we were to look for an image for something, we can spend the whole day and we cannot find that exact image, but now we can generate it within basically seconds.
Yeah, I like your point. It actually make you thinking harder because now you have more time to So I like to use this term, a new culture of learning, because the way we use ChatGPT and other AI now is very different. So actually, it opened up a lot of opportunities for us uh, to develop a new way of learning by using all these tools. And I'm going to share in this session tonight, right? Two applications or two AI tools that to me is really a game changer, and I love it so much. And I believe now, more and more people are actually using this tool, which is Notebook LM. Many of you, I believe, are using it. But let's see now the first part, the first segment. Can we go to the first segment? Yeah, Zaid,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the first segment basically is where we will share tips and tricks. So we will choose like 2 or 3 things to share, and hopefully all these tips and tricks will be useful for the audience, something different that maybe they have not come across, they have not seen, they have not tried it. So hopefully this will be very useful. As you mentioned, Zaid, Google now has gone beyond normal search as we knew it before. So this I want to share with everyone here. Google has now introduced something, what they call it, Google AI mode. It's already there for, I don't know, for is it months, already a few months maybe, or I think less than 2 months. But many people are still actually are not aware. So when you go to Google, you just go to the Google normal page. You will see 2 new things. I don't know whether you notice or not. The
I haven't
first
noticed
one,
myself, actually, so I'm new to it too.
yeah.
I
So
don't go much to Google anymore. Okay.
yeah. So this one, the icon that looks like a
Oh, I've
camera, right?
used that before. Google Lens, I've used this very good.
Yeah, this is called Google Lens. Actually, it is very powerful and very useful. I've been using it a few times. But this is the Google AI mode. Okay, let me now very briefly demonstrate how we use this. Okay, let me go to this. Oops, sorry. Here. All right. Zaid, can you see this window?
I can see. I'm feeling
Okay.
lucky.
Now, so I'm feeling lucky. So this is the Google Lens. This is the AI mode. Let me do a normal search. Okay, a normal search. Let's say, okay, explain meta cognitive, just like that. The normal way how we use Google used to be. Okay, so then we get this. So this is what we call the AI summary. It's actually a short summary done by AI. This is a normal AI search. Okay. So now can see here up here AI mode. Okay, AI mode. So if you click AI mode, let's see what happened. So now basically we are using Google. This is where actually Gemini is integrated. So you can see now, this is exactly how we use Gemini, right? So we get all this explanation about the term metacognitive just now. And on the right hand side, we get all the relevant articles, relevant website that, so each one of these is actually, there's a reference. When we click, then it will take us to one of these references. So everything is actually referenced and cited.
But I'm
So
just
this,
looking. Does it
yeah.
keep on still selling stuff in those links? Have you noticed that they're actually selling things, or it's just genuinely good things? Because I mean, Google, they
So
need to sell this. I mean, marketing.
yeah, that's why I don't understand as well. And there are a lot of people also discussing about this. How Google make money now? Because they they don't show the advertisement. So far, when I try this, I hardly see any. All what they show on the right hand side here are only relevant references or articles that they used to refer. All these are actually with reference. So this one a good thing about now AI mode in
No.
in Google. So this a new thing that a lot of people are not using it, or maybe they don't even realize that it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one. And you see here on the left hand side here, you can actually continue the conversation. So let's say,
Mm.
okay, how do I apply these principles? I don't have to say metacognitive principle anymore, because Google understand that I am referring to metacognitive here. So it
But
just like,
but
yeah.
but does it? How does it save the data? So, like, say that I come back tomorrow. Does it save it in that way, or
It doesn't save. It doesn't save the thing. I think it will
if
be in
you're
your
logged in?
history.
Because I think you're logged in already. It should caption somewhere, right? That you can
Yeah, I think it's in the
revisit.
history here. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you can see in the history here. Okay,
Okay.
let us check later. But I want to continue this conversation. But
Mm.
I want to show you that this is different from using normal Google mode, Google search mode,
Yep.
because you are using this now, the AI mode in Google, just like you are using Gemini. Okay, so let's see, how do I apply these principles in lesson design? Okay, so you see,
Wow. Very good. It's
yeah,
basically having a beautiful AI chatbot straight in Google, which is good. It's
yeah,
good for them, because otherwise they'll be
and
quite irrelevant. Yeah.
yeah, and another thing, right? I can upload a file, I can upload PDF, I can upload anything here, and then get Google to do whatever that you like. So this
Can
now
you
exactly
generate
like
images
using
also straight
Gemini.
there now? You can generate images straight there.
Not generating image. Well, I don't know. I haven't tried that.
Just try.
So let's
Just try.
say,
Just say.
uh, uh,
Create the
create
logo for HABIB-Karim AI show.
create an image of uh, what image of a cat
Habib eating ice cream.
chasing chasing butterflies. My favorite things.
Oh,
A
okay.
cat chasing butterflies. Thinking, oh, an image chasing butterfly. I don't know what. No, 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 no. You cannot generate the image.
Oh,
That you
okay.
have to go to Gemini. So basically, it's like this AI, Google in AI mode, which you can use as part of your learning. If you want to learn
Good
about
move.
something.
I think it's a
Yeah,
good move by Google, because they already have Gemini, so it's a good way to integrate it. I think that's very good.
they have to, because the trend now, um, if Google not I mean, if it doesn't integrate Gemini inside this browser, there are already some browsers now, like Perplexity have launched their browser called Comet, and it seems that it's very powerful as well. And the latest one today, OpenAI just launched a new browser called Atlas, and I've just downloaded the browser this morning, but I haven't tried it yet. So maybe that will be the subject for our next webinar, looking at various AI browsers. So that will be our next subject. So basically, the history, you asked me where Google saved this. So it should be in the history here. Yeah, that's in the history, is that? See here. Okay, because I have logged in into my Google account. So there is one. Okay, what about Google Lens? There's something very interesting also, Google Lens. So let's say I search, let's say strange animals. I just search strange animal, go to images, and let's say I want to know more about this animal. So what I do now, I can right click, then I choose search with Google Lens, and then I can highlight anything that I want to highlight here. Let's say here, then automatically it will explain, it will basically, okay, pick up some other relevant images, and then we can click AI mode here, and it will explain this in detail. Okay, so there is very briefly, because we don't have much time to really go into detail, but this is something that I hope the audience can now aware, and maybe they can give it a try. That's the first thing, Google search and Google Lens. Everything is here. Okay, Zaid. The next thing, do you have any questions, Zaid?
Yeah, I think, I don't have much question. I'm just happy that Google, for Google's sake, that they have actually integrated Gemini directly into the Google search. I'm just still thinking, how do they do in terms of they need to sell, connect products with their searches. So I'm not sure where I didn't see their products getting connected to the searches or the interactions.
Yeah,
it probably will come sooner or later, but at the moment, it's not that part doesn't seem so integrated yet, which is a good thing for us, but I'm not sure it's a good thing for them.
Yeah, I've seen some discussion about that. The people are questioning how now Google make money, because they make money through advertisement, right?
So they make money anyway. They make money. Yeah. I'm not worried about making money, but they have to find new ways unless they become irrelevant. So yeah.
Okay, Zaid, just to remind the audience, our theme tonight is about learning how to learn. Yeah. So basically, we are sharing AI tools. So just now we share about AI mode in Google search. So now, in ChatGPT, we have something called ChatGPT study mode.
Yeah.
And this is actually very powerful, because ChatGPT study mode actually use the Socratic approach, Socratic questioning approach. So we can actually look at ChatGPT study mode as a study companion, just like a Socrative, and his students, guiding the students through a series of questions and slowly lead to the answer. And so Socrates never actually give direct answers, because now in AI era, answers are everywhere. So what we want to teach our new generation now is actually the skill to think critically through questioning, through questions. So ChatGPT study mode actually has been designed to use this Socratic approach. So do you like to maybe demo?
I think. Well, why don't we let me just share the screen. Let me just share the screen.
I'll stop sharing the screen.
Share screen.
Yeah.
Let's go here. I'll do the entire screen. Okay, let's go share here. So now we are in ChatGPT. I'll just go to new chat. So how do you find the study and learn one? Of course, you can just ask for the study and learn one and it will come. But it's actually, when you click plus here, you have you can see there are quite a few features here. Let me just hide this. So what happens here, you have to go to more. When you go to more, this is on the computer, by the way. On the phone, it'll be a bit different. Then you have the study and learn. So you just click study and learn. So since I'm going to be a bit more, so maybe let's just do something a bit unexpected, okay? So let's say that we want to learn Al-Fatiha.
As usual. As usual. You are unpredictable.
Yeah, okay. I just need, the thing with AI is you don't have to be so grammatically correct. You just need to provide enough keywords for it to understand. So I'm just saying learning Al-Fatiha, not even good English. Beautiful starting Al-Fatiha is a perfect beginning to learn the Quran. Okay, before we start, can I ask you, are you hoping to memorize Al-Fatiha, understand the meaning, tafsir, or both? So you just need to put the number here, which one you want. I put 3. I want to know both. I just click 3, and now it knows which direction. In other words, it's not the main objective here is mastery instead of just learning to memorize. So this kind of study mode or learning mode is actually helping you to it's in a way to help you to master a subject instead of just memorizing it and so on. But of course, you have to choose the direction. So here it says step 1, name and importance. Al-Fatiha means opening. It's called there is no prayer without opening Al-Fatiha. Quick check before we continue. Would you like to show you an Arabic verse translation meaning for each ayah one by one, so you can repeat after me, or do you prefer to hear the recitation first? I can link you to a video. See, so what it does, it doesn't have it embedded in the system, but it links you to a video, which is cool. It connects to the internet through a video. But let's do the Arabic verse. So I want to do the Arabic verse. I just write Arabic verse, and then I think you'll understand what I want.
So basically, what's doing actually, it doesn't provide direct answers, right?
Yeah, actually, it focuses on learning, reasoning, and explanation. One of the things is it breaks down concepts step by step. It adapts to your learning style, which is very important: visual, textual, Socratic. You mentioned Socratic. It could be also visual or textual. And also, you can ask it to generate practice questions, quizzes, memories, and it can track your progress in the session. So it teaches you in stages. It's up to you. Basically, it's a kind of a tutor for you. I'm not saying it. This is very important to keep in mind. It does not replace Ustaz, but it provides an alternative, or not an alternative. It provides an opportunity to learn 24/7, and to assist you while you're learning from an Ustaz. But I don't recommend just using ChatGPT to learn about ayat from the Quran, but it's a good extra additional tool to have for those who want to learn non-stop. Okay, so before we continue verse 2, would you like me to help pronounce each word correctly, slowly, Silva, or move to verse 2 meaning? So you can go on and you go deeper. I don't need to go too much deeper here, but this is just an example of what I wanted to show here is it doesn't have to be so scientific. It doesn't have to be any course. It could be something just so simple as learning something religious, or it can be something like a hobby. It doesn't have to be so academic inclined in terms of learning. But the only thing, I personally don't use this much because I don't like so much structured learning. I like a bit more disruptive all over the place. But if you want a bit more structured learning process, go by step by step in your own learning style, I think the study mode in ChatGPT is a very good option for you. Now, how to close? When I hide that thing, let me just see. There. Okay. Okay.
All right.
This is just a quick.
Yeah. I like it very much because it suits the way I like to study. So the good thing is now we have many options. We have more than one option. So we have ChatGPT with study mode, and now we have also Gemini. Gemini and guided learning, they call it. So maybe I can show it very quickly.
I think the where I'm probably more excited. I think you can do in ChatGPT is notebook LM. In other words, that you can just dump all your resources, PDF files, and videos and so on, and it will make sense of it, and then allow you to generate mind maps and all those kind of things. This is I think that's for structured learning. Structured learning. I think that's very good.
That's another way of there's another tool that we can use, which I'm going to share shortly. But basically, to summarize what this ChatGPT study mode can do, so these are some of the features: interactive prompts, think before you answer, scaffolded responses. I love this very much because I think one of the important or the key steps in learning, especially if you are teaching, is to prepare our learners before we get into the nitty-gritty of the lesson or the topic. We have to kind of prepare the student to give them the readiness through scaffolding. So we take them slowly, before it gets into more complex concept. We can give them some simple, easier exercise so that they can do, and they have the sense of accomplishment
It-
once they have uh, completed
I
the
think,
task. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think in order. Oh, sorry. Just continue. Sorry.
You want to say
I,
something?
no, you lost your strain of thought while I'm interrupting. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
okay. Okay.
no, I'm just saying that I think. Look, put it for me. Well, the reason I don't, I think it's brilliant when you want to learn something new. But when
Hmm.
you know something, as you said, that it's fantastic. But when you want to know something, you don't want to go through all this left, right,
Uh,
left. You just want to get to the point. I think it's
yeah.
when you want to learn something very basic, something very new. It's a because it knows already the best approach to study. Some of the best approach to study something new. But when you
Hmm.
already know something and you want to go here, 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 and then you have to go the step by step, it just drives you nuts because you want to get to the point. So I
Yeah.
think that's why study mode is amazing now. But I think when you know something and you want to get to something specific, sometimes then you don't. Then I don't recommend using the study mode. But
Yeah.
yes, if you want to learn something new, it's amazing.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I have actually created one custom GPT site.
Yeah.
I created this one some time ago. This called Prof K Socratic Questioning, and
Hmm.
I like it very much. But I think I will skip this part. Maybe in the next
Yeah.
session I can
Yeah.
demonstrate.
Next session.
But I think the audience, once you have access to this module, you can give it a try. Okay.
Yeah, we can share in the group. Yeah.
And in Gemini, we have the equivalent of study mode in ChatGPT. This is called Gemini's guided learning. Basically, it works the same way. Maybe I will skip this for the time being again because I want to show a few other things. So this way I come to now Notebook LM, and this is my site. Every time when I mention about Notebook LM, I I don't know, I feel so excited because to me this is a real game changer, that a tool that can help me to learn anything and to do research. So this is actually a tool for learning, a tool for doing research. So this is the website. And when you go to the website, it says understand anything. I think that's the best way to put it. Your research and thinking partner, grounded in the information that you trust, built with the latest Gemini model. Okay,
Hmm.
let me do a very quick demo within less than 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, this is the website. Just go to Notebook LM. You can Google Notebook LM, and you can sign up using Gmail. And for the free account, you can create 100 notebooks. 100.
Oh,
I'm
that's
also
100.
yeah
Oh, from the free
100.
account, you can develop 100 notebooks. Wow. Okay, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Google is very generous. Yeah, because they are very rich, right?
I
Trillion
think also
dollar
you want
company.
people to use it. It's all,
Yeah.
now, actually, this period of time, all even Grok also they're just trying to get as many users as possible to capture
Yes,
the
yes.
market. Yeah,
I don't know how long they can give us for free. I don't know.
and yes, they got billions and billions, and especially
Yeah.
Google and all that. Yeah,
But while it's still free,
mm,
use it, as much as
yeah,
you can. So okay, now basically the concept of Notebook LM, you can create a notebook, and inside the notebook you can upload resources, and you can upload for free account. You can upload up to 50 resources. Resources means okay. Here I can create a new notebook here, or I can click on the right hand side here. So let's say I click here. Then here you can upload resources. The good thing about Notebook LM, you
Okay,
can upload.
sorry before you
Yeah,
start. In the
yeah.
chat box, for those people that are attending now, can you say yes or no whether you're using Notebook LM? Just in the
Oh
chat
yeah,
box, if you can.
please. Yeah.
Okay,
If
continue,
you
continue.
use one, if you use, please say one or yes, no. You can put two. Yes or
Yeah,
no
just yes
also
or
can.
no, just yes or no.
Yeah.
Whether we know. Okay,
I think a lot of people now are using Notebook LM. But don't be surprised, there are also many people are still not aware of Notebook LM. I know, because when I conduct my workshop, I always ask the audience, Okay, anyway, we can upload PDF, you can upload text file, you can upload Markdown, audio, video, you can upload from your Google Drive, you can share the link to any website if you find good articles from website. You can share a YouTube link here, or you can just simply copy the text. But one of my favorite way of using this, right? Instead of uploading the document, I will go to here, discover sources.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I will click discover sources. Then I will say, okay, I want to learn more about metacognition.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's all. And I click submit. And Notebook LM will find the best 10 resources.
10, is it specifically 10 or?
Yeah, the first round, every time it will generate 10. You can repeat again to get another 10. But to me, this 10 is good enough for me to start with. Okay, so you can see here. So you can actually look at one by one. And then if you like it, if you don't like it, you can deselect. Okay. So let's say, for this example, I just import everything. So it will import to the left part of this. There are three parts here, right? On the left is the resources. In the middle is the summary, and on the right, and this is where the power of Notebook LM is where you can generate multiple output.
Very nice.
And Notebook LM, for your information, has been designed using research-based evidence, meaning that the research has shown that a learner will learn best if they can have multiple format of material. So let's say they want to learn about any topic, so they can get the books, they can watch the video, they can listen to the audio, and many other formats. So that's why Notebook LM is designed in this way. There's a reason behind it. Research evidence. Okay, so now we get the summary of all the 10 resources here, except this red one, meaning that it cannot access the website or the article because maybe it's behind the firewall. Then Zaid, here we can click to generate the audio, video overview. Oh, I love the video overview very much. Mind map. Oh, I love mind map. So I just click mind map now. So it start to generate reports. You can generate the reports in various formats. So you can.
I was just wondering, where is the podcast where it converts your text into a conversation between two persons, like a podcasting? Is that under video?
It's audio overview.
Audio view.
Yeah. So you can simply click and it will start to generate automatically. Same thing as video. I can click here and it will start to generate. Mind map, I've already generating. The report, there are 8. You can create your own format report. You can generate briefing documents. You can generate study guide. You can generate blog post, strategic brief, white paper, explanatory article, concept comparison. So you can click all this. Flashcard, very good for study. Quiz. So now it's generating one by one. Okay. But my suggestion is, if you want to, the way I do it, Zaid, my workflow, I will generate at least 3 versions of the video. I love the video. Okay.
Okay.
So the first time you can simply click and Notebook LM will generate the video according to its, it will do it in its own way. But the best part is you click the pencil icon here, and then you can put your prompt here, exactly what you want in the video. So usually I will prepare the prompt first in ChatGPT, and then I will paste the prompt here.
Oh, okay.
Very detailed prompt, so that I can actually dictate or control what I want in the video. Okay, the first generation you can let Notebook LM to generate randomly. The video it will generate randomly, but most of the time the video is always very good. And then here you can actually choose. Now Notebook LM has incorporated Gemini or Nano Banana. It can actually create different type of graphic as well. So you can choose from.
They have created it, or they are sourced from the Google image search?
No, they use It will use Nano Banana to generate the image. So it's an AI generated image. Okay. So let's say
here it's not generating. Here it's calling from its database, because it can't. Usually AI cannot generate 10 images within a second. So this is basically calling images that they already created based on that topic, I suppose.
No. It is. I mean, it's a new generation. It will create the image based on the topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can put a prompt here, and then you can click generate. So that's how I do it. So let me show the example of video that is generated using Notebook LM.
All right, so let's get right into it. There's a prediction made over a quarter century ago that is about to face its ultimate test. And the claim? It's a big one. That true human-level artificial intelligence isn't some far-off dream. It's literally right around the corner. And there it is, the quote that kicked this whole thing off. Think about it. Back in 1999, the internet was still, figuring itself out. And this futurist, Ray Kurzweil, he goes and puts a specific date on it. He didn't say someday or in the future. He said 2029. That's a bold move. And that, of course, brings us to right now. The clock is ticking pretty loud, and we are just 4...
All right. I think that's very brief, just to give you some idea of how the video looks like. What about the mind map? Let's see how the mind map looks like. Okay, so that's the mind map. This is something that I also love very much. Can help me to see the big picture and the interconnection of the different topic. And in the next session, I will show the audience how to download this mind map, because currently, if you download the mind map, it is not interactive. You cannot expand it. So that's one. Hopefully, Notebook LM or Google will come up with some features that allow you to download the interactive one. So you see here, actually, you can expand further, but unfortunately, you cannot. So in the next session, I will show you I will show the audience how to download the full mind map from Notebook LM. So there's one another form of output that you can get from Notebook LM. Okay, so
sorry to interrupt, but I think you have to look at the time, because we have gone beyond the.
Now it's only 10 past 10. Maybe I can pass to you, Zaid. Maybe I can come back here if we have time. Because the next one that I plan to show is actually Learn Your Way. But this one is very short demonstration. It's actually quite similar to Notebook LM. So anyway, I think
just show it now. Just take 2-3 minutes to show it now. So
basically this is actually another tool that we can use to learn. Well, the name is also Learn Your Way. Very new from Google, and still you see here, Learn Your Way experiment. So it's still in the experimental stage, but we can also use it now. Basically, you can let me open the website. I forgot to open the website. Learn Your Way here. You can sign up using your Gmail as well. So this okay, we can click try it now. I have already signed in. So what we have here, Google actually has created all these various topic here. Currently, it doesn't allow us to create our own topic. So let's see, we go to history here, early human evolution and migration. And then it will ask us to choose the level, middle schooler, who likes undergrad, who likes what. So let's say undergrad. Okay. Then it will load the material for this particular topic. And then it will provide 4 different format of learning material. This one is immersive text. So, we can interact with the text as well. So see here, there's a quiz. Then there's a slide and narration. You can play the narration. There's an audio lesson as well. We have mind map as well. So that's very briefly, Learn Your Way, very new, I think less than 2 weeks. It actually complement Notebook LM, but it is actually designed more for academic, kind of more structured learning for academic. So it's still very new. So now you know that it's there. Maybe you can explore further. Okay, now over to you, Zach. Maybe we want to continue for the next segment, which is on AI in action.
Action. Okay, so
In action.
I just want to ask in the group there, how many of you use drones? We just say yes or no. Drones. Do you use drones? Do your children learn about drones? I think that's one. I think some, especially private schools, they expose the students to, because it's quite expensive. I mean, to have this course. But I noticed that they have that in. I think my brother's son's course, like KD and all that school. They will, if you have the opportunity, you can learn about drones, using drones and so on. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, just wait. We're going to show a video. I produced it yesterday using AI tools.
Can I show the video?
Yeah, not just before I start. I want you to look at the video. If you like what's in the video, it's all AI generated except my voice. But of course, it takes time to create these kind of things. But next episode, I will show you how I developed this particular video. Okay, so maybe we can show now. So 4-minute video about how AI is being applied in drones, and how you're using drones to do the quite amazing things.
Are you showing the video, Zach?
No, I thought you were showing the video. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I thought they decided to have one person manage the.
Okay. Let me do it.
Yeah. So
AI drones. There's actually a flying revolution going on from the heart of Africa's jungles to the futuristic mega cities. Drones powered by artificial intelligence are reshaping how we live, how we work, and how we survive. So I'm going to show you now, this is how AI drones are changing the world today and increasingly in the future. These are just some examples I'm going to show you. In the first example, in terms of AI drones, we talk about medical delivery. In remote jungles of Africa today, AI-guided drones from companies like Zipline deliver vaccines, blood, and medicine to villages unreachable by road. And even if it's reachable, it can do it much faster. AI reads the weather, it maps the terrain, and lands with pinpoint accuracy, mashallah. Number 2, we can use AI drones to search for people and rescue people. For example, in Germany, rescue drones use thermal cameras and neural networks to detect survivors trapped under smoke or rubble, for example. AI identifies heat signatures in seconds, saving lives faster than ever, mashallah. Number 3, we use AI drones already for food delivery, and it's already happening in China. For example, you order something and then it sends to this kiosk, this robotic kiosk, and then you pick it up from the kiosk. My example is a bit extreme, is that actually delivers straight to the person, but this is just an AI generated video. So for example, just imagine in Singapore we have Grab's AI delivery drones weave through skyscrapers, monsoon rain to deliver meals safely and on time. And here we use AI navigation to keep every route stable whether it's rain or shine. MashaAllah. The fourth example is that we can use AI drones for fruit picking. For example, on some farms in Spain, they use AI fruit picking drones, which recognize ripe apples by color, size, and texture, picking them gently all day, all night. Basically, you can work 24 hours doing that job. So this is a very interesting approach to actually picking fruits. Another way to use AI drones is for firefighting. For example, in Dubai, AI fighting drones combat high-rise fires using heat mapping, wind sensors, and smart water control systems. Each drone calculates the perfect spray angle in real time, mashallah. The sixth example is air taxi drones. Yes, air taxi drones. You can find them in Arabic Emirates, in China and US. They're already being developed as we speak. Some of them are already ready, but of course they need to be tested more. So we will probably see them maybe at the end of this year, the beginning of next year. We'll see them actually in actual practice. It's basically the next evolution of travel, AI air taxis, basically using autonomous flight, radar, and they glide passengers safely through the skies, inshallah. The seventh example I want to show you is we're using AI drones for skyscraper cleaning, or just cleaning buildings in general. Okay, you can imagine, instead of humans hanging from the ropes, AI cleaning drones now can wash skyscrapers, can wash buildings with millimeter precision using, they call it LiDAR mapping and path planning algorithms to handle every glass panel, mashallah. And number 8, I want to share a bit more relaxing, is called umbrella drones. Okay, in Japan we have them already. These drones use facial tracking AI to hover above you, keeping you shaded or dry like your own flying assistant, mashallah. And the final example I want to show in terms of AI drones is drone light shows. I think you're quite familiar with it already. You've seen already these shows, especially from China and so on. You have thousands and thousands of these drones flying together up and then doing amazing things. Basically, when the night falls, thousands of these AI swarm drones light up the sky, creating fireworks made of light and code. Each one follows an algorithm, but together they move like art. Wow. Alhamdulillah, I hope now you can see how AI drones are being used in various ways. It's basically the flying revolution. From jungles to skyscrapers, AI gives drones vision, precision, and purpose. Now that you've seen a little glimpse of what people are doing with these drones or AI drones, what about us? What can we do in Malaysia to be transformative? What can we just use this power of this, our imagination, our creativity, and do the most amazing things with our capability in terms of AI drones? Let's go!
Yeah, so that was just an introduction. So next week I'll focus. So basically, the interesting besides the drones is that I actually developed that video yesterday. Now you can imagine if we didn't have AI technologies, I don't think I'll be able to create such a video anywhere close to it by using AI. But I will share with you to make it exciting. In the next episode, we will spend about maybe 15-20 minutes. We'll go through the process of how I create such videos. If you like it, if you don't like it, then there's no point. But if you like it, I will share how it's done. Now, for the sake of AI drones, which is today's topic in terms of AI in action, I want to maybe try to do a thought experiment. So I want you to imagine we are on a golf course. What kind of drones, what kind of things can we do with drones on a golf course? Anybody want to explore that idea? On a golf course, because in Malaysia there's more than 200 golf courses and there are thousands of players. So if you have a good idea, and around the world there are millions of players, if you have a good idea that can work for a golf course, because people that go to golf course have money mostly. I mean, maybe not Malaysia all, but they have money. If you have a good idea in terms of using drones on a golf course, and the idea is valuable, you can. I just want to share with you one example while waiting for people that there is. Can you imagine if you have a tracker on your golf ball? The drone can fly up in there and track the ball and video capture your shot and give details, insights based on AI on everything about your shot. Even the drone can follow your ball and it can find your golf if you get lost. So this is just one way example. I'm not sure whether they're using already for a golf ball, but can you imagine other things that it carries here are there? get coffee from the golf course. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, you can get coffee. So what do you call it? It's food delivery. And what other things can we use on a golf course? What can we do? If you can't think of a golf course, if you think of anything else, it's also fine. But I thought as a thought experiment, and I think this is very important. Education has to move forward, because I've been talking even today in our AI group, WhatsApp group. We were talking about assignment, this obsession with writing assignments and learning stuff. I think this is the basic level in this era of AI. Learning something is this is not what we want for graduates. Of course, we want graduates to learn, but they should be able to take what they have learned and come up with or solve problems, come up with solutions, deal with challenges. That's where the skill level that becomes more critical than ever than just writing an assignment, writing a problem. That's just the basic level. What we want you to do is to create stuff, to innovate, to solve problems, deal with challenges. So this skill set changes, and I think this is where educators, especially in universities, have to rethink the curriculum, because it's not about writing assignments anymore. That's the first level. That's just the starting point. It's not the ending point. The thesis is not the ending point. So I think this is where we really have to. We've been talking about it for years. I was in education for more than, I don't know how many years, 15 years. And it seemed to go back, we cannot change because it's so difficult to change the curriculum and so on. But we have no choice but to change. We don't want our graduates to end up being totally unemployed because they just know how to write things. I'm not saying writing is bad. It's very important, but it's just the first level. It's a starting point, not an end point. I think that's something that we really need to think about. So, Prof. Karim, what do you think about? What's your idea in terms of a drone? It doesn't have to be a golf course, anything on using a drone with AI.
Well, I'm from agriculture background. I've seen I've seen drone has been used in agriculture, like in a paddy field. They spray. I think they spray some pesticide or something. But I think in the future, I think there will be more perhaps use of drone in even something like how I don't know how to describe it, but mapping the something to do with mapping lah. For agriculture. Mapping the soil, maybe, I don't know.
Again, that's okay. Anyway, there's one student, the one that replied, they said, I can Viva student assignment when students in small group, but bigger group, I have limited time. Option to record presentation void of interactive or the Viva element. How to give assignment other than Viva for huge class, say 200 students? Any thought about that?
This is the question. Question, right?
So how would you deal with that?
I can Viva students assignment when students in small group, or when you have small group, then you can do Viva. But bigger group, I have limited time. Option to record presentation, void of interactive, or the Viva element.
But what's the subject? Maybe if you specify the subject, we can contextualize, because sometimes you give us ideas and your subject is so different from. It also depends on what subject. What subject are you teaching related to this? Then that will help us to give some direction, because every field and subject.
I think this the question is actually asking about or talk about assessment here.
Yeah, I know. In a larger group, when you have a larger group, how do you basically engage all students to do these kind of things? Especially, I'm teaching financial audit. She's teaching financial audit. How do you AI prof student assignment? I tell you, there's a way to proof student assignment. There's only one way, and that's the oral presentation. I've been telling everyone this you can't run away. At the end of the day, even before AI, before internet, people will always cheat. Not always. A lot of people would cheat or find ways to cheat when it comes to written assignment. But there's only one way to find out whether students have learned, is actually to communicate with them, to interact with them. And I think moving forward, the most powerful and the most relevant assessment tool is the oral presentation. And why I'm saying that is because when students develop the skill to deal facing the guru, answering questions about the thing that they are written something, this is exactly what they're going to do when they start working. The person is not going to say, write a report, I don't need to say anything. They're going to ask you about the report. They're going to ask you, what about this? What about this? Why you put this? Why you put this? Now, if students go through this process, every subject, can you imagine how good the students are to deal with complexity, how good the students will be to uncertainty? But if they don't go through this, just submit assignment and get a grade, what kind of skills are they actually developing to help them to when they go into the world beyond the academic world? This is one of the big challenges and frustrations that I think we find. And that problem happens when you have large classes. We have, like you mentioned, the 200 students. How do you provide that quality time to each student when you have 200 plus students and so on? Prof. Karim, you want to share something on that?
This is actually frequently asked question, FAQ. I get this question all the time. How do you AI proof students' assignment? I think this question has been repeated many times. I think now after I talked about it recently, next month we are going. I mean, it's going to be 3 years. 3 years ChatGPT since the launching. So after 3 years, we are still talking about all these issues. How do we AI proof student assignment? How do we deal with this? How do we deal with that? I understand because it's not easy for us to change the way we do things, right? It's very challenging. So my answer to this question is always like this. I don't have a definite answer for it. That's the answer. I don't have definite answer because it is contextual. It depends. It depends on the kind of subject that you teach, the discipline. So my suggestion is like this. It's about time already for people, educators teaching. I mean, they are talking about teachers and also lecturers teaching. They should get together, people in the same discipline. For example, let's talk about, chemical engineering area discipline. People teaching this subject in chemical engineering, they should come together, maybe have like a 1 week, 3 or 4 days brainstorming session. First, they look at their current and past practice of doing assessment before AI. And then they brainstorm together because only they understand because they are in the same discipline, right? They brainstorm together now, how do we AI proof our assessment? Talk to people in the same area because you understand your subject matter. You understand your subject matter, and then you brainstorm together, crack your head, and try to come up with something. So, when you ask this general question it's hard to give the answer because it's very much contextual to your own subject matters. That's the thing, lah.
But I think the thing is, I give example. When you go to the toilet today, do you go to the well and get water to clean yourself?
Yeah,
I think
no, there's a easy way to get it.
So I think that's why I said, to me, it's like the calculator. Before the calculator, we did everything manually, right? But once the calculator, once all these software that did analysis and all that, we don't expect students to do, because we do so complex things. We have software to deal with all that. And when it comes, I'm talking about university level, and when it comes to text today, we have tools to do the nitty-gritty. It's more about producing reports. So in terms of value, in terms of assessment, that's what I say, it's only a starting point. So I would tell, I'm not teaching him, but if I was teaching students, say you can just use whatever tool you want. But I will not value your report is like maybe 10% of the grade. But this is your starting point for the learning phase, and this is, and also I want to see with this report, what have you done? Can you solve a problem? Can you solve a solution? I want you to present to me your idea. So if you ask me, like if it's 100%, I will give 20% for the written assignment. I will give 50% for the oral presentation, and I'll give 30% for the e-portfolio that you produce out of this. In other words, only 20%. Then it doesn't matter if it's little value. If you cheat, whatever, it will reveal in your oral presentation, it will reveal in your portfolio that you produce nothing. So to take away, because to be honest, I don't blame students for using AI to create this thing, because that's what they're going to do when they start working. Because the boss, when you start with, they don't care who's written this report. This report is supposed to solve something or deal with something or create something new. It's just a report. And I think we have to have this mindset. I can understand the teachers, because they were the ones that went to the well and got the water in buckets, and they came. So they did it the hard way. I can understand, because I also went through that. I had to write. I wrote without a computer. I wrote with my hand. So it's a different world, right? So we went through the pain. And we find it very difficult for us to see these people that we went through the pain, but now they just go to the toilet and use a hose. Or even the Japanese toilet, you don't even do anything. You just click a button and it comes in the wash. So things have changed. But the thing is, we have to understand that today, a written assignment is not I can teach, if you think all you can do is write in 4 years, I can teach somebody in 1 hour, 2 hours to do prompts that can write better than you. So where are you going to contribute? So, but then it becomes your skills, leadership skills, your critical thinking skills, your collaboration skills, your ability to work together, your ability to take this information and create something new. These are the skills, the essential skills that you need to develop. Now, that is where the transformation of the education becomes that now we assess that your written assignment, but we assess all those other aspects and we value them. And I think this is the beauty of Asia. What I love about Asia is if students are assessed on these things, they will work hard. And Europe is different. Even if they assess, they don't care, whatever. But Asians are fantastic. That's why I get sometimes very sad. I see these Asians, they work their head off to finish a written assignment and all that, and all these other things. And they memorize essays and all that. They work so hard, but at the end of the day, when the wake-up calls, when they start working or they go for the first job, they realize, oh my God, there's so many things I should have developed, I never developed. So this is the sad thing. But they have the attitude. So we as educators, we have to transform, because we have the attitude then in the young generation, but we just need to guide them to do it in a better way, I won't say the right way, in a better way to be ready for this new world order or this new world era. I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's what we call a new culture of learning. So people learn different way now. They use AI to learn something, to do something. So I think in terms of teaching, because I think the question just now is actually very relevant, because teachers, lecturers, they still have to do the assessment.
I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, yeah, I feel sorry for them as well, because AI came when just after I retired. So I know if, but I'm sure if I still teaching, I'm sure I will find other ways to do the.
But the good thing is, I think this is even Harvard University. There was some professors 1 year ago, 1 or 2, they were surprised to find out the students did all this with it. So this issue is not only in Malaysia; it's all over. Even the top university worlds, they're still struggling. And I think it's time for the professors to let go of this obsession with text. I think it's important. But university level, it's not. You don't have to write every single word yourself. It's more bringing information together and creating value and lay on top of that report or viva or thesis, whatever. This is a starting point. It's not an end point. And if you look at it as a starting point, then if they want to use AI, they're fine. I don't care, because I want to see your presentation. I want to see your portfolio. I want to see. If you change that direction, then it doesn't become but now it's like we want to AI proof the assignment, and the students will humanize the content, and they have a software to humanize the content. There will always be a software to break the rules.
Yeah.
Even with, why are you going this? This is chicken and egg. They're wasting your time. Seriously, wasting time. End of the day, we should be allowed to use every tool. But of course, we want to know originality and so on. But we will know that from your presentation. We will know that from your portfolio if that becomes the emphasis. So that's where if you ask me, that's where I go. Forget about this proofing, finding out did the student actually write it or not. At the end of the day, even if you use all this software, yes, it was not written by AI, but was it written by the student? It can be written by his friend. It can be written by his mother. It can be his father. It can go on forever.
Yeah.
So it's the most abused assessment method. Is actually the written assignment. To me, is the most.
I think educators have to change the mindset. I think we cannot. No matter how hard you try to foolproof, to AI proof the assessment, the assignment, students will find ways. So to me, that's why I disagree about checking students' work. Using tools like Turnitin and so on, whether they plagiate, they do plagiarism or not, because there's no end to it. Because you get AI to check AI, to me doesn't make sense. And there's always ways to beat the system. Whether the human are so creative, right? Students are very creative. They will find ways to beat the system. So we are fighting fire with fire, and there's no end to it. So the solution to this is actually to redesign the way we do assessment. Of course, it's easier said than done. The question is how. And I have no specific answer, because it depends. It's contextual. So people in the same area has to sit down together and basically brainstorm. How do we do assessment in engineering? How do we do assessment in for example, humanities, social science area, arts area? Different, right? Different.
Yep.
So the solution is different. The approach is different. The strategies are different.
Okay, so, I think there's one more segment. Actually, before we're going to end the segment, this is kind of a Q&A anyway. I think there's one segment on Islamic apps. I wanted to share. I wanted to share one app that's used by, I think, about 15 million people, more. I'm not sure. I just want to ask in the group, have you heard about Tartil?
How do you spell it?
Tarteel. In the group now, we still have 20 people going strong here. So anybody knows, has anybody used an app to memorize the Quran, or use AI app to recite the Quran? Okay, I just want to show. I didn't have much time to create any info. I just want to share with the. Let's see. Let's just go here. Share screen. So I'm going to share screen, entire screen. Okay. So I'm going to go here. I'm just going to show an example. I've done here. I just want to show how, because Tartil doesn't run on the computer. This is a Tartil. I'm just going to share a video. I'm going to do an error to show how it tracks error. Just.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا آتيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانك هو الأبتر.
And now you can see, but afterwards I'm going to show you. You can hide it also. This is like recitation. You can actually hide it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it. Okay, there.
Oh.
So you can hide it. Then that's for memorization. And it will show. I'll do error in a minute. So I did an error at the end. So let me just, I'll just go to the website. Do I have the website here?
So basically, this app help you to memorize, eh?
Yeah, it's not just memorize, recitation also. It doesn't replace an ustaz. It's just, but it's good to have it because, for example, I give an example. Say that let's just talk about it now. I can tartil. This is tartil. Let me just stop sharing here. Let me just stop sharing. I wanted to create more information about it, but I didn't have time. But what I like about it, I've known about it. It's been around for I think a few years, but because of this show, I sat down and I bought to subscribe for 1 month. Now, I think there are quite a few tools, but this is known as the best tool to do that. Now, imagine that I want to recite one juice, right? To have somebody to sit me to go through one juice is not easy, right? So I can just read the full juice, and it will correct me on any error, and that's for recitation. And then what you can do is you can take away. I showed you, right? You can take away the text, and then you can check in terms of memorization, and it will check AI. And then what you can also do is, I didn't show you, is that you can listen to different what do you call it? Different readers, famous readers. You can listen to the style, and then you can learn and you can correct. So it's like having this tool within for yourself to keep. It's your own tutor basically. Of course, you should have an ustaz. I agree with that. But there's times that I want to do maybe one surah. I want to memorize one ayat, and this tool can help you do that and correct you in terms of the proper grammar and so on. Mashallah, it's amazing, and that's where you use AI. You can you don't have to. You don't have to. It will, after one sentence, you will know which ayat in the Quran you are, which is quite amazing, right? You just read out loud, and then it will know.
Is it free?
The free version you can use the free version, but the free version is with the commercial. Let me just check the website.
Is available for iOS?
It's not available for the computer. It's available for the phones. I think it's available. Okay, let me just share the screen. Let me just share the screen again. Wait, let me just go back to the screen. I will share the screen.
Android and iOS.
I think it should be available. I'm not sure. Let me just share screen again. But I think as if you're a Muslim and you want to memorize the Quran and so on, this is a good additional tool to have. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so for the free version, AI recitation follow along, custom goal setting and streaks. They have a premium version, memorization, mistake detection, memorization plan. They have also they have actually. I wish I could show it, but they have gamified it also, so you can set goals and then you get points, and then you can see how many percent of the Quran you have memorized and so on. It's quite creatively done, and it's getting better, I suppose. You can do the most. Hey, I'm still sharing. Okay, sorry. Let me just stop sharing. Yeah, where is that? Okay, yeah. So it has a dashboard, and you can check and you can see, and it gives you a lot of statistics. It's kind of, they have gamified the process. It makes it fun to recite the Quran. It keeps track on. You can set goals for every day or every week, every month, and so on. It's a quite powerful tool, and I don't know how many Malaysians use it. But it's an alternative, and I thought that was good. We have in our session, we talk about some of the tools that we can use, Islamic tools, and I thought this Tartil is the one, because another day as Muslim, the most important book in our life is the Quran, right? So this is a great tool to get started with. You can use the free version, but the commercial version, I think, is like, if you buy one-off, you can do 200 for 1 year. Or you can do like me. What I've done is 29 ringgit per month. I think 29 ringgit per month. I'm just trying out for 1 or 2 months and see how it goes. But it's very convenient. You can memorize one line, one ayat, one juz, many juz. You can do for recitation. You can do recitation. You can listen to famous ustaz, and you can get tracking. There's a lot of things that I haven't discovered, but there's a lot of things you can do with it, and it's empowered by AI. Without AI, none of these things would be possible, basically. So this is another good example of AI applied to something very positive, especially for the people that are religious. MashaAllah.
It's very good application of AI. I think that's what we want to see more. Is it a Malaysian product they want?
I don't think so. Let me check. I don't think it's a Malaysian. No, it's not Malaysian. But there are some Malaysian products. Maybe the next one, if somebody proposed, we can go through some of the Malaysian products, Islamic products. I think there are some. There's one that developed a game that you can learn about different. Yeah, where is it from? Let me just. Okay, you can just keep on talking that while I just find out. I'm not sure. It doesn't say here. So,
Yeah, looks very
actually,
interesting.
this is where I should use AI. I just asked ChatGPT. Now, where's it from? Tatil is from where? Okay.
Do you have similar apps?
There are similar apps, yes. Tatil is actually a US-based startup. It's founded by Abdul Latif Abdul Fattah, Anas
Wow.
Abdul and Muhammad Musa in 2018 already. So they already had it in plan, but I think the memorization part didn't come in 2018. I think that time they just created the Quran, but the memorization part maybe come a few years back. But they are one of the pioneers, so they have quite advanced features.
There's a great example, great example of how AI can be used for good purpose, right?
Yeah, there's many purpose, but this is, I think, one of the best. But of course, it doesn't replace. It doesn't replace an ustaz or a person teaching Quran, but it's an additional. It's like your companion to help you when nobody's around, and also it's a beautiful. It has wonderful features.
Okay, Zaid, maybe we have probably about 10 minutes.
10,
Maybe
15 Q&A. Yeah.
I will skip that my part on that prompting part. Maybe we can take one question. Then after that, I will take like 2-3 minutes just to show very briefly on that prompting part. Then after that, we can end the session. Maybe if there is one or two questions from the audience, maybe you can post the question now.
Yeah, Atifa said never use AI to learn Quran before. Would love to explore that. Yeah, Tartil.
Yeah, good. I think I'm also interested to explore Tartil. Okay, that's why we have one question. Any interesting pro versus cons? Guided learning versus study mode. Okay. They are very similar. The way it works, somehow, this personal preference. I prefer guided learning more. Nowadays I find I start to like Gemini in general more and more. One is because of the interface, maybe. Another one is Gemini always give more, I would say, more in-depth answer, more kind of elaborate, more comprehensive output with the same prompt. I have compared. I've done quite a bit of comparison, and I start to like Gemini more and more, especially now because Gemini can do many more things, which we are going to explore in our next session. So I think it's worth if the audience, whoever, I mean, remaining audience here, if you have not used Gemini or if you have not explored Gemini, maybe it's time for you to take a look because there are so many new things, powerful things in Gemini, apart from Nano Banana. Which I've been using every day to play around and clone my photo. So that's one thing lah. If you ask me, guided learning and study guide, they are more or less the same. Although personal preference, I perhaps like guided learning more, but they perform the same.
I thought ChatGPT is also guided learning. I mean, I'm confused now in the terminology. Study mode. I think what they're trying to ask is which one you prefer, Google or Chat. You just said like Google, you prefer Google, but I think both are meant to be structured learning. The whole point.
No, I think the Google guided learning. Google means Gemini. I think.
But I think Notebook LM. But I think, as you're right, I think when it comes to all these innovation tools and all that, definitely Google with its firepower and it's such a big, more company than OpenAI. OpenAI can do this and that, but they cannot really compete with Google in terms of the amount of programmers and staff working for them. It's a different world. They have a lot of experience in developing so many tools, including the Google Docs and all that. So definitely Gemini is here to stay. I'm looking at the disruptor. It's not OpenAI. To me, the big disruptor is Grok with Elon Musk. That's where I'm wondering what is he up to, because he's worth now $500 billion, so he has a lot of money also. I mean, not a lot of value to infuse into Grok, and he has a lot of brains also. So but I think it's good for us. Have all these options.
It's good for us, the users. The big players actually are Google and Grok. Surprisingly, Microsoft can be considered a big player. Microsoft somehow...
They have Copilot or what?
They have Copilot, but I don't know. I don't really use Microsoft things.
I think one of the things I noticed I'm just going back to PowerPoint and Canva, they often have a lot of features, but it's just the learning curve is quite steep. In other words, you have to play around a lot to do simple things. You learn this one thing has always been Microsoft problem versus Apple, is that they have a lot of features, but to learn to use those features, it requires more effort than other tools. They somehow, I don't know. They're not
one thing I don't understand about Microsoft. I think they have the resources, they have the money, but somehow when we look at their applications in terms of design, in terms of the UI, user interface, and UX, user experience, I think Google has been doing much better. I think they use a very minimalistic design, but it's very simple and easy to use, very intuitive. So I like it very much. ChatGPT is actually from OpenAI. OpenAI is actually considered not a big player, but they have big investors. So, but I think they still cannot match what Google has. Google has even more.
Google has its toolbox is so much bigger, but I think
I think moving forward, probably Gemini and Google products will be kind of become main players in the market, in the AI market. I think AI products.
Yeah. But do you use? You mentioned Perplexity earlier. Do you actually use Perplexity?
Yes.
Capacity?
Yeah, maybe in the next session I can talk more about the chatbot, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity.
What about DeepSeek?
I use less. Last time when DeepSeek just came around, I tried. I like it. Actually, it's very useful, very good, but I don't use it that much. What I use nowadays mainly Gemini, ChatGPT, and Perplexity, and Cloud. Now I use Cloud quite often also. So I hope to share more about chatbot in the coming session, because there's so much more. I realize people are not really using or utilizing all the features, powerful features in Cloud. Even in ChatGPT side, there are still many people not aware and not using, for example, project. They don't use custom GPT. They don't create custom GPT. They don't use agents. So much more in ChatGPT alone. Not to mention Gemini, Cloud. So I think even on chatbot, we need like many sessions to cover, all those things.
True.
So I hope the people can can join our sessions so that we can share all this, and we hope those are still here. Please share whatever that you have learned from the session tonight on your social media and so on, and help to promote this program, because our intention is just to help people, help the public to harness the power of AI.
And also, okay. I think it's important the length of this show, also how long it should be, because I noticed the peak was 1 hour, about 1 hour 20 minutes. After 1.5 hour, people start falling off. But I don't know because it's later.
I think that's okay, Zai, because it's late, already
Yeah.
late. But we have the recording, so we have
Yeah, sure.
recording on YouTube, so people can even if only we have a handful of people on the live session. I don't
I
really.
still enjoy it. No,
I'm
actually,
not really worried about it, because I know the recording will be there and people can watch it when they have time. And our plan is actually to segment the 2 hour session into small segments, bite size, focus on very very focus on certain thing that we show during this session, and that will be
I
more
think,
useful. Yeah.
but I think from my learning experience for this last 2 hours, mashallah, this is the kind of, to be honest, this is the kind of classroom that I want, because I'm learning a lot from you today. It's kind of, but this is when you have, it's like being in a coffee shop and you're having these chats together. And
Yeah.
usually coffee shop is relaxed, but we're talking about a bit more complex things. But we're having that, you're allowed to interrupt, you're allowed to ask. It's don't keep quiet. Sometimes you go to these, especially webinars, you're just talking for 45 minutes and nobody's interacting. At least whether they're not acting in chat, but we are interacting, we are engaging, we are like. So I like that. Alhamdulillah. I think that's, to me, is very. So even if we had zero audience, I would still love it, because I'm learning from you, and you may be learning something from me. But
we learn from each other. We learn from you. I always believe that we can learn from each other.
Yeah. So it's good. Alhamdulillah, it's good.
Okay, that's
But
it for for this session. I guess our last remark, again, we hope those who are present tonight, thank you so much for staying on until the end. And again, please help us to spread the words, because our intention is to create the ripple effect. Our intention is to educate the Malaysian, at least the Malaysian people, to start using AI and using our everyday life for our work, so that we become more productive. And of course, ultimately, what, Zai?
ultimately is to get closer to Allah.
Inshallah.
And also, okay, now before I end with Surah Asr for the Muslims, is, I think, if you ask me, the power of this in the long run is, I mean, I've talked about, is what I'm envisioning is that I'm thinking about this being a mobile show. So our studio is not at one place in our house. So it's we move to different places and we interact with the, because it's like, I just imagine in a day we will go to, say we start with Unit 10 now, university, your university, right? We go there, we do a talk show in the morning, maybe for 2 hours, which is live to public, and then online. Then we spend time in the university maybe for 1 or 2 days, and we interact with the audiences, and we create a learning experience that is not so structured, but it deals with the challenges. So it's more like we come and visit places and we deal with challenges and try to help as much as possible with what we know to share from our experience. Because you must remember, me and Prof. Karim, we are 100 plus together. I'm in my 50s, Prof. Karim is in 60s. We are 100 plus together. The amount of years of experience we have, mashallah. And another thing is that with AI, people say, saya tua, saya tak boleh, saya tua. We also tua, we boleh. Semua boleh. We have proof of concept that we can do. Even if you're 70, boleh. The reason why it's boleh with AI is because AI, basically, when you communicate with AI, you're just speaking the language that you know.
Yeah.
Because AI understands that language. So it's just a matter of interacting with it. But you have to figure out the way to interact so you get what you want from AI. But even if you say, hello, I want to say hello, it will reply to you. That's the beauty of AI. So you can have that interaction.
Okay, Zed, we have to wrap up the session.
So, Surah Asr, inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asr. إن الإنسان في خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Okay, alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum, and have a good rest for tonight. See you in the next session, hopefully maybe in 2 weeks time.
Yeah, I think for now we target 2 weeks. So I think we can prepare a bit more.
Twice a month, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of flavor, inshallah.
All right. Assalamualaikum again. Okay, thank you, Zaid. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.